we're going to look at some vocabulary for introduction to circles. So let's start out with the first term, radius. Radius, if you're learning about this, you probably have already heard about a radius, but the radius of a circle is a segment from the center of the circle to any point on the circle. So you could stop here, 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 anywhere. These would all be radiuses or radii. Next term is a diameter. This is a segment that goes through the center and has endpoints on the circle. So this would be something where it starts on the circle and then it goes through the center. So this would be a diameter. Let's start dragging these here. This would be a radius and a diameter would be, I'll turn it here, would be that. Right. So those are radius and diameter, pretty common terms when you're talking about circles. The next term is called a chord. This may be new to you. A chord is a segment that has endpoints on the circle. So a lot of people think of it as kind of like a diameter, but it doesn't have to be right through the middle. So this is a chord segment. It has endpoints on the circle here and here, and it has to stop at both ends. So that is a chord. Okay, the next term is called a minor arc. So a minor arc is an arc that's less than 180. So let's talk about what arcs are. I'll use red to help identify an arc. An arc is, it's not a distance, but it's a measurement on the outside of the circle. So a circle is 360 degrees. So it's 360 degrees all the way around the circle. So a minor arc would be like from here to here, or you could even say to here. This is less than 180 degrees. This looks like it's maybe about 100 degrees. I'm just estimating that. And so if this was labeled A and B, the way we would say this is arc AB, and the symbol is an archy thing over the top of A and B. So that would be a minor arc as long as it's less than 180 degrees. 180 degrees, just while we're on the topic, would go from A all the way to the other end. We'll call this C. That's called a semicircle if it's half of the circle. And I know that because the diameter cuts the circle in half. So that is a minor arc. So the next one is called a major arc. Surprise, surprise. And this is an arc that's greater than 180 degrees. So let's switch up colors here. Let's pick green. And let's say we're going to start here at B and go to A, but we're going to go the other way around. So if we do that, that is going to be our major arc. So let's see if I can do my best tracing around the circle here. There we go. So this would be from B to A, and you could even stop here. This looks like it's probably a little more than 180, but any arc that's bigger than 180 degrees would be a major arc. So this one is, it goes from B to C to A. So if we're going to write this out, it would be BCA. This is always, always, always 3 letters. If it's a major arc, you're going to use 3 letters. If it's a minor arc, you're going to use 2 letters. So if you say AB, you're assuming it's a minor arc. If you say BA, it's still the minor arc. If you want a major arc, you would have to use 3 letters so that the person viewing it knows which way you're going around the circle. So that's the difference between minor and major arc. All right, a secant line. So this is a lot like a chord, but it's a chord that keeps going on forever in both directions. So this should probably have an arrow at the end. Let's see if I can kind of, there we go, it'd look like that. So this is a secant line. It's a line that intersects the circle twice, and it intersects right here and right here. So a lot like a chord, just a chord that keeps on going. The next term is called a tangent line. And a tangent line is a line that intersects the circle once. Well, that doesn't, it seems like if I take the secant line and move it, I should probably group those two things together here. let's do this. Group. All right, so let's take the secant line. No matter where I move it, it's always going to cross the circle twice, right? So how can we have a tangent line? Well, hey, guess what? If I move it down here, eventually it'll just touch one point, like right there. So let's draw that in. That's a tangent line. That would be, we'll have a tangent at C. So there's a tangent line where the point of tangent C is point C here, where it just barely grazes that circle. So that is our tangent line. Okay, and then a central angle, that would be an angle at the center of the circle. So that would be like right here, where we have the radius and diameter that meet. So a central angle is an angle where the vertex is at the center of the circle. All right, and then the last term, I believe, is an inscribed angle. And this is an angle where the vertex is on the circle. So I don't see any here. Maybe I'm missing it, but I'll draw one in. So if I take, and from this chord, if I draw a line like this to B, this angle right here, see how it's not at the center, like the central angle? It's on the circle. So this is called an inscribed angle, where it's the angle that is has a vertex that's on the circle. So it'd be right there. So those are kind of the key vocab terms for circles when you're studying circles. Hopefully that helps clarify a few issues.